Hello everyone and welcome. We are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we are picking up right where we left off at the conclusion of the last stream. Valentina and Bill are picking up stray Kerbals in orbit about the moon, and they've so far picked up Pete Kerman here and Joe O. Kerman, and there's two more out here. I know there's a lot of capsules because some of them are old. We got Philippe right here just coming up very quickly behind us, so that won't take too much. In fact, we'll switch him to a target here, I think. Yeah, we're not quite there yet. But and then we also have Legui, who is unfortunately going around the moon in the opposite direction that we are. We're going around in a prograde direction. He's going around in a retrograde direction. And I did officially do the math, and it ain't gonna work. As somebody pointed out, like if I look at my orbital velocity here, this was pointed out right at the end of the stream on Monday. It's about 515 meters per second, and to flip your orbit around, you pretty much have to like burn that, and then you have to pretty much kill this off and then burn that in the opposite direction. So it's going to be about 1100 meters per second to get out there. It actually turns out to be a little bit less than that because you can combine burns and you're not quite flipping at 180 degrees. But still, after all is said and done, I would be not left with enough fuel for us to get back to Kerbin. So Legui, you're going to have to stay out here for just a little longer. You just should have followed the little chain of Kerbals like the rest of them did. But what we're going to do is we are going to get ourselves ready here to pick up Philippe. So we're just going to put ourselves burning prograde. This is the easiest way to do it. This is us here. This is Philippe behind us. Here is our close encounter indicators. And if you just burn prograde, we should be... Oh, they're not. I think I need to come forward just a little bit. Maybe now. Well, I think I need to come forward for the next one. Let's try that now. Now they're coming closer. And oh, I noticed it went past. Oh, that I did overkill. We'll use RCS to try and correct for that. Are we in slightly different planes or something, or slightly different altitudes? Okay. Oh, now it says 1.7. Oh, I was looking at the relative velocities. Oh my gosh, let's try and fix this some more. I was looking at the relative velocity number instead of the closest approach number. Now it's 0.0 kilometers. There we are. So what we're going to do is by burning prograde, I put myself into a slightly bigger orbit, so it's going to take us slightly longer to come around. And then by the time we get back to here, we'll be right with Philippe. All right. And so let's go and do this thing. And while we're going around, we'll talk about a couple of other things. There is some radiation issues going on. Valentina is at 32% radiation. She's doing the worst off again. There must have been a solar storm that I missed, and I looked at the Kerbalism settings. I'll start time warping this a little bit quicker. There we are at 35 minutes. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button for time warping. That will help. I did look at the settings for Kerbalism, and it turned out that I had the messages for space weather turned off. I must have done that by mistake at some point. So that was my bad. Oh, and Philippe is right here, ready to get... Philippe is in the chat and being rescued at the same time. How about that? We are on our way to pick you up. All right. And then we're going to need to get all 5 of these back to Kerbin Station and get them down to the surface to finish off the contracts. And I might bring Valentina and Bill down while I'm at it as well. Oh, did I just blow by it? Uh-oh. Did I just go by? I think I might have just gone by. What did I do? No, I didn't go by. Okay, I got 11 minutes here, and then it's... Oh, I was talking... No, we're... Oh, they're getting messed up. Oh, okay, we got some weirdness happening here, so I'm going to watch this more closely. Did you see them jump? I think we should be coming pretty close here. I'm going to just sort of watch this by eyeball. Let's put this on target. Our relative velocity is only 6 meters per second. Oh, we're within render distance of him. Where is he? Okay, let's slow down. Okay, here it is. Now we're a minute and a half away. These numbers started jumping around a little bit, and I thought for a moment that I had time warped right past our rendezvous. And there's so many waypoints, I'm actually starting to get mixed up with who's who. There he is there, right? That must be him. No, that can't be him. There he is! Getting myself so confused so easily. Yeah. Okay. I still do have alarm clock installed. I'm just trying not to use it. I'm trying using the... Oh, why are there no... Oh, it's right here, of course. The stock alarm clock. Just to give it a ride, so to speak. It doesn't feel like it's quite as versatile as the alarm clock mod, but I always like to give the stock things a bit of a try. Alright, about 200 meters away. 30 seconds. Let's kill off some of this velocity here. You know what? Why don't we kill off most of our velocity right now? And in that way, we're hopefully not spraying too much radioactive propellant. Okay, 1 meter per second. There we go. That's good. And then what we'll do is we'll just time warp the rest of this away. Let's spin around prograde. I can see his capsule. Oh, we're coming in pretty close. Oh my, I might bonk him. I didn't realize I'm as close as I am. Everything's so dark, you might not even be able to see it, but there's his capsule right there. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Why am I coming in sideways like this? No. This way. Oh, that was smooth. That was smooth. Oh, why don't I quit while I'm ahead and just go get him? All right, let's go get him. So, Philippe is a scientist. Let's EVA our new scientist here. Put on her lights as we are in the dark. And check, you do have monopropellant, right? I've gotten burned on that once, and now I'm checking every single time. Okay, let's let go. Get over there. Now, despite being a scientist, she actually can service this engine. And I'm thinking we've used this engine a fair bit. So why don't we do a little bit of servicing while we are out here. And there is radiation coming off of this, so I don't want to get too close to this part. How is this still working? Service the engine. Oh, I need an engineer level 2. Oh, I guess I do need Bill. Okay. Okay, here. That is news to me. What we'll do then, get her down. I didn't realize Kerbalism required the engineers. There's the hatch right there, but before I put her in, because Bill's gonna have to come right out again, so switch to here, and we're gonna take the pressure control on this and turn it off. So we'll turn the pressure control off, and that way we won't be wasting nitrogen trying to repressurize the tank once we open up the hatch here. Get her down. Okay, board. And Where's the hatch? Here we go. Let's transfer her back to our little crew cabin. That seemed to work well. And we will EVA Bill, who is a level 2 engineer. Bill. And let's see. He does have monopropellant. Yep. Right? Yep. Okay. Let go, Bill. Okay. And we'll service this engine before we head back. And we'll try and do it quickly so Bill is exposed to the minimum amount of radiation. Service the engine. All is good as new. That's excellent. Okay. We'll get him back. Servicing. I have no idea, by the way, how long. Like, can you keep these engines going indefinitely as long as you keep servicing them? I actually don't know the answer to that question. And now we can take this and we can turn on our pressure control once again, and we can pressurize the cabin, and hopefully we still have tons of nitrogen aboard. You can burn through the nitrogen pretty quickly if you're not careful. All right, we now have our five Kerbals all loaded aboard here, and we need to get ourselves back home. Let's open up KOS. And we will align this for the solar panels, and then while that is getting itself sorted out, let's go plot our course back home. So let's go back to get the targets off. Okay, Kerbin. I don't know what that is. Oh, a work lamp stand. Okay. Don't know why that comes across as a... Here. Let's turn those off. Now, I'm going to go again, take a look at this maneuver. It's telling me... See, I'm really not... Okay, if I want to get to Kerbin... I don't know what these numbers are. They don't make sense to me. If I create a node... Oh, wait, here, let's delete this node. If I create a node... It doesn't... Oh, that creates a maneuver. Bunk. From our current orbit, I want to get to Kerbin. Okay, this is not what I would call intuitive, but let's do it the old-fashioned way. I've not looked at any tutorials or anything on how to do all that stuff, so I'm as much in the dark as anybody. But I know how to do it this way. And I'm going to aim for this to be at 45 kilometers, because what we're going to do is some aerobraking. I'm just... Oh, let's back that off a little bit. I'm just trying to find the most efficient times. I'm bringing it down just by changing the time. That's probably about it there. Yep. That's about it. Okay, and then we'll just back up just a bit. About 45 kilometers. I find that as a pretty good aerobraking altitude, but that looks all right. Is a pretty good altitude, but we also will be using trajectories to get that all done. Okay, let's get to our burn. It is in 32 minutes, so we'll just time warp to that. 45, I've always kind of done 40. We'll see. John's saying that 45 kilometers, he thinks it'll deorbit. It might with these guys extended. That's what I like about having these air brakes on here, is it gives you some control over over how much drag you have as you go through the atmosphere. Okay, we are gonna run this program though. Run xspan. We'll see. We'll take a look at trajectories, see what trajectories predicts, and then if get around. If it turns out not to be, if it turns out to be too low, we can adjust it before we come into the atmosphere. I'm being asked, am I going to get KSP2? And absolutely guaranteed I will be getting KSP2. One way or another, I am eager to try it out. I am cautiously optimistic. I think, you know, there's so many things I think they're going to be different. I think it's going to be a friendlier game, a more inviting game to people, which I don't think is a bad thing. I know some people will take that as they are doing... I'm sure it'll be accused of doing too much hand-holding, but I don't know. If you're going to do real physics, I think you got to do at least some hand-holding. And I think that's a valid criticism of this game, is that there isn't enough... They don't teach you enough in the game about how to do stuff. But then again, that gets people watching videos like mine, so I really shouldn't be in a position to complain. But no, I am excited for KSP2 whenever it gets released. I got asked, when did I update to 1.12? Oh, how did I transfer all the mods? I use CCAN to install almost all the mods. The only things I don't install via CCAN, sorry, I gotta watch this too, is... Dude, I'm happy with that. The only thing I don't install via CCAN are a couple of the contract packs. Okay, let's see if I can add an alarm here. No, the alarm button's over here. So we're going to add an alarm. Create an alarm. Oh, that's the one, yeah. Forget it. I'm going to use alarm clock. There it is. At least I can move this one around. Let's add an alarm for the SOI change. We'll give ourselves a minute. Now, does it still? It's here, but is it here too? I don't know. I guess I can't expand. Oh, whatever. We'll do it this way. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, installing mods. So I use CCAN. So what I did with CCAN is I exported my mod pack. I just realized my electrical panels are badly placed here. Let's fix that. Installing mods. I exported the mod pack, which just creates a file of all the mods, and then I reinstalled them fresh using... I imported that into a different KSP instance, and it reinstalled all the mods freshly. I would not ever recommend when installing mods to just simply copy and paste the game folder over. I find that has a high chance of not going well. Okay, let's try this again. Alright, and this is the... there, and then we will exit. Okay, we have now exited, and now we can take a look at Kerbin. Oh, it looks like I got trajectories on. Let's pop you out of the way. And the thing I gotta look at is where the radiation belts are. That isn't bad. Oh, one thing, sorry, I got to... trajectories bases... get back to here. Trajectories bases the drag that you're going to experience based on the orientation of the ship right now. And if you can see, I got all these panels and stuff. That is drag as far as trajectories is concerned. Quite a lot of drag, I imagine. And it's prediction won't be accurate. So to make it accurate, you have to say that I'm going to go through, retrograde, and then what I need to do is retract all this stuff. Come on, there it goes. I'm going to keep these out, but that's the way in which it's going to go down. Now it's probably going to give me a better prediction. Be careful with that with trajectories. And you can see that the prediction is saying I am going to be right the high point, the place where I'm going the slowest, the place I'm going to be spending the most amount of time is in this second radiation belt, which I don't want to do. I don't want to lower my periapsis any further than it already is. So what I'm going to do is point myself in a retrograde direction. Let's see, do I still have a lot of I have a lot of monopropellant. See if I can adjust this just using RCS. So I'm going to put RCS on. We're going to just... Oh, that's the wrong way. That way. There we go. So I'm raising my periapsis. And now the apoapsis of the resulting orbit is outside the radiation belt, which you want. You don't want to end up having that hang time inside the radiation belt. So that looks pretty good. Okay, let's get ourselves ready to descend. So again, we got to line those solar panels up. And a couple of other things I want to do. Here, trajectories can be closed. A couple of things I want to do. Oh, I can deploy everything again. Is I want to keep a very close eye on these air brakes. Now, these air brakes I modded them and made them titanium air brakes, so they won't explode as easily as the stock air brakes do. But by the same token, they can explode, so I got to be a little careful with them. And I think what I shall do is as we are descending, I'm going to modify this authority limiter. Oh, the deploy is on. Is it this one? Yeah, that's right. The deploy angle. So that, you know, if the farther down they are, the less drag they'll produce and the less heating they'll have. And then that way I can get a feel for what deploy angle will keep them from blowing up. Now, to monitor their temperature, I could just watch the temperature gauge that come up with stock, but what I think will be a better tool is if I open up Kerbal Engineer and probably, where do I have? Probably over here. I wanted to put it over here. Let's put it in this. So we're going to edit this second HUD. And if I go to the thermal category, there's a couple in here that are going to help me. One is critical part. If I install critical part, it tells me which part is the hottest. Which part, not the hottest necessarily, but the closest to blowing up. And then the other one I want to get is not temperature, because different things can withstand different temperatures, but critical thermal percentage. Install that one. That tells you what percentage is it on its way to exploding. So right now it's only at 17% on its way to exploding. That's not too dangerous. But if that gets up to 100%, then it explodes. And in that way, I can, I'm going to move these up past the separator. Boop. There you go. Close that editor, close this. So that way, if I monitor this percentage and watch the air brakes, I can keep track of when they're going to explode or not. All right, I'm also, because I am a complete wimp, going to do a quick save at this point. And I'm also going to use alarm clock. Whoops, alarm clock was over here. We're going to add an alarm at periapsis and give us, I don't know, maybe about 15 minutes warning. That's going to come up in 5 hours and 58 seconds. That will give us some good warning before we hit the atmosphere. According to Kerbal Engineer, we're hitting the atmosphere in 5 hours and 14 minutes. All right, let's do this. So I think I want to get rid of this window. Tuck that window there. That's the one I want to watch. And where's Kerbin? There we go. Now I'm noticing I'm not getting the scatterer atmosphere-y thingy. I'm not entirely sure why. It might have something to do with it not being quite updated for 1.12. All right. We are crossing a radiation belt. I should keep an eye, especially on Valentina. She's still at 32%. She's fine. These capsules are shielded. I'm not quite sure how Valentina got so irradiated. Okay, we are closing in. We are about 13.5 minutes from the atmosphere. So let's do this. And we're going... You can't help but go through the radiation belts, but what you want to do is get through them as quickly as you can. Crossing another radiation belt. Okay, we're about 150 kilometers. Of course, the atmosphere starts at 70 kilometers, so we're going to orient ourselves in a retrograde direction. We're going to put this on, retract everything. But we're keeping these guys. And in fact, what I think I might do that, but then just hold the B key. And play with that deploy angle. But if I hold just the B key, if anytime I can let go of the B key and they'll retract, that will make me feel better. All right, let's see how this goes. Hopefully nothing explodes. Aerobraking is always a little scary, but it saves you so much fuel. I think it's completely worth it. I just realized, did I put parachutes? I didn't. Oh, I should have given Bill and Valentina parachutes for this. Because if the engine explodes, this thing's probably on its way back down. And at least that would give them the ability to bail. The capsules would probably survive re-entry. Maybe not. I took off all the ablator. A little scary. Okay, we are watching. So, watch that thermal percentage is at 50%. And climbing. 60%. It's the air brakes that are the hottest. All temperature gauges are starting to show. 70%. 75. Okay, I'm going to turn down that deploy angle. Try and see if I can get that to stop going up. I'm not sure I can. Oh, well, now it's at 50. Okay. So I can't. Oh, now it's the fuel tanks that are the hottest. They're only at 62%. Okay, so... Oh, there comes the air brakes hot again. Oh. Air brakes at 90%. Let go, let go. I just let go of the B button because I was getting some heat coming from this. Okay. Air brake temperature climbing again. Boy, let go, let go. Wow. Turn that down a bit. Fuel tanks are hot. Okay, I've deployed the brakes again. They're not at a very... They're only at 10%. How close are we to periapsis? Oh, we've crossed periapsis. Okay. So we're slowing down again. Okay, I think things are good. How did we do? Oh! Despite all the umming and awing, that looks pretty good, I think. So I'm a little disappointed I couldn't deploy them more than I did. But we seem to be okay. Having this thermal percentage up here, just great for monitoring. They were up to like 98% when I let go of the B button to get them to stop. So I think I'll have that deploy angle lower when we come in next time. You can have them up pretty high though in the upper part of the atmosphere. Okay, we're almost out of the atmosphere. That worked out all right. Okay, we can deploy everything again. We can once again align for the solar panels. Got too many windows open. All right. And I'll be honest, I wasn't paying too much attention to the chat during all that. My eyes were focused over here. But we seem to be all right. Let's tuck this over this way. Ready to come in for another pass. So we can see here that on our next pass... Oh, wait. I should once again... Sorry, my mistake. Undeploy everything. So trajectories can do a better calculation. So you can see here, here's our second one. I think that's pretty good the way it is. I don't mind that. Like the... Oh no, that's right in the radiation belt. What am I talking about? No, that is not what I want. I want the opposite of that. Sorry. That is right. So I need to bring this down into here. So let's get ourselves out to Apoapsis. Crossing radiation belts again. Oh, somebody's asking, doesn't Kerbalism have logs? I actually honestly don't know. And maybe I should be able to look at, you know, why is Valentina so toasty? I really should keep an eye on her. She's still at 32%, so she's doing fine. I'm not quite sure what happened. What's interesting is Bill's not nearly so bad. He's at 14%, and they were almost in the same situation all the time, so I don't know. I don't have really an explanation. Okay, let's get out to Apoapsis here. I like the nice charcoal color on that pod. Whoa, 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 okay. We'll point this prograde. And, oh, once again, we will retract everything. So what I need is for this prediction to be out below this radiation belt. So we're done with it. Now our periapsis is at 47 kilometers, so we should be all okay. Yeah, I think I'll use the engines this time. Let's see what happens. So we're going to burn... Oh, wait. We've got to burn retrograde, silly. Going to burn retrograde. And we're still a couple of minutes from Apoapsis, so let's get a little closer. I'm looking at the time up here. Shouldn't be much of an adjustment. Our goal, by the way, I should say, like we do have a destination in mind, is the WKMSS. That is our destination. Okay, let's burn a little retrograde. Whoa, 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 why does burning retrograde... That seems like... Oh, I'm relative to the surface. Oh my gosh. Okay, spin it around. I had this on surface. That means we're going slower than Kerbin rotates out here. That's funny. Okay. Now let's burn. There we go. So I just want this just below. Boop, right about there. Okay, and so that's our upper radiation belt. There is a lower radiation belt, and again, we're spending a nice amount of time not in radiation belts, which is always the idea. Okay, let's get ourselves ready to do this again. Again, we can deploy all of our thingies. This thing's, again, aligning itself for solar panels. Give it a little bit of time. Oh, I noticed my scatterer effects are back on Kerbin. Not quite sure when they pop back in. Okay. Tuck you. I'm just going to put you way down here. There we go. Okay, so... yeah, let's just do this. So once again, we're going to go through the atmosphere. What is our periapsis at? 44. Hopefully it won't be. It'll. We've slow. It probably will be about the same level of hotness that we had before. Okay, we're hitting the atmosphere in an hour and a half. I'm always paranoid about overdoing this. Over time warping. Okay, crossing again, radiation belts. We can go a little closer. All right, and we'll put it on the surface retrograde vector. We will retract everything once again. I'm going to put this deploy angle down to, I don't know, about 20. It sure seemed like it didn't take much for it to get hot. Maybe if I don't let them get as hot in the first place, it'll be better off. All right, just about to get back into the atmosphere. Got my finger on the B button to keep these deploy. And what? Yeah, watching that thermal percentage again. And we're about a minute and 20, no we're not, yeah, minute and 20 seconds from periapsis. Once you're past periapsis, you start to go back up. And everything is less scary. Oh, John is saying, were they not in different parts of the station? They were. Valentina and Bill, that is. That might have something to do with Valentina's. I'm just going to sort of feather the B button to keep the thermals on here on control rather than play with this deploy angle. So we're at 80%. Critical thermal percentage, 85%. When it cracks 90, I'm going to let the B go. There we go. Let him go. Now put it back up again. It's always scary. Okay. Oh, this might be leveling off here. Oh, no, let go. Back on again. Don't want those air brakes exploding. So every time it gets over 90% on the critical temperature, I'm just letting go of the B button and then they retract. It's still getting pretty hot. Okay, we're just about at periapsis, which means we'll then be on our way back up. And the worst of our heating problems are over. There's an ablative. ZK says that he uses air brakes in the same way, but he uses an ablative version. I did not realize that must be from a mod. Ah, we're good. We're good. So we can... The temperature on the air brakes are going down now. We can probably start increasing this. I should probably look to see where we're at. So this is our prediction coming up here. Very close to... Let's put in our other radiation belt. Yeah, it's perfect. It's great. And then this is our prediction for our next pass. But one thing at a time. We're between the two radiation belts. That's what matters. And we still have not exploded anything. All right, so on our next pass, let's see, where's that first radiation belt? This is our prediction. Oh, that's bad. So much fiddling you got to do. I don't want to. Yeah, so we're going to have to increase our periapsis to not end up with this part. This is our orbit now. But our next prediction is right along. I'm going to spend most of the time in that radiation belt. Don't want that. And then probably on the next pass, we'll go for the station. That's going to be, I think, the plan. So this will probably, the next one will be our last aerobraking. So 0, yeah. And we'll get back out to line up our solar panels once again. Our next pass should not be very dramatic because we've slowed down quite a lot, and we're going to raise our periapsis as soon as this has got itself sorted out. Okay, let's get out there. Going in a radiation belt, hopefully. Well, no, there'll be this one, and then on the way back down, and hopefully those will be the last two. You know, I'm thinking about it. Do I want to? No, we'll lower it one more time. Okay, we'll point this prograde. This time I'm making sure we're on orbit here. Oh, now here you can really see, look at where our prediction is for our orbit here. But that's because we got everything here deployed. So as soon as I take all of that off, now our prediction is higher. Okay, I need to burn in a prograde direction. Get a little closer to apoapsis. Actually, what I can also start doing is thinking about getting myself to the station here. What's our relative? Oh, our relative. That's good. Okay. So we just want this to come out of the radiation belt by a little bit of a ways, not just peeking out. Yeah, there. That feels good to me. So this is going to be our last pass, and then what we're going to do is finagle ourselves a rendezvous with the station. We'll see how that ends up going. But right now we need to go 0 once again. Solar panel seems nicely ready. Our periapsis is up to 40. Okay, so get down to the atmosphere. Time to atmosphere is about 30 minutes. Get ready for this final plunge. All right. Oh, I'm being told by Philippe that in the KOS terminal you can use the up arrow to see what you previously wrote. Considering how often I type things wrong, that's probably a useful thing for me. Thank you. All right, so we are entering into the atmosphere for probably the last time. But we have bled off a lot of speed. Here, I'm going to do the same thing where I just do that. Again, holding the B button so I can let this go really quickly if the temperature on these air brakes get out of control. Here we go. And 60% on the critical temperature for the air brakes. We're still about 50 seconds from periapsis. This shouldn't be as dramatic as the previous two. Okay, just crossed 75% critical temperature on these air brakes. And closing in on 80. Might have to let them go, but I've definitely had them deployed longer than I've done it in the past. Let's see where we're at. About 86% warning. Oh, batteries on some mapping satellite. Who cares? Who cares? Well, I'm thinking I can leave these deployed the whole time this time through. It seems to be leveling off. In fact, if anything, it's cooling down. So I'm going to put that back on there. Oh, we passed our periapsis. I thought that said a minute. I was getting really nervous. That's funny. How's our trajectory doing? Again, I don't want it to dip into this atmosphere, but what's nice is I can drop the air brakes if I feel like this is getting too scary. I don't think I need this anymore. Okay, let's go up to here. Yeah, that's looking pretty good here. We can actually, I'm feeling so comfortable, I can do some time warping. There we go. Got ourselves close to being in a low orbit, burning very, very little fuel. Which is the whole idea of this. I think I might just let, oh no, they're up enough. We're almost out of the atmosphere. Okay. Now, so going to KOS, up arrow, and that's what, oh my gosh! So I didn't have to type run a line anymore. Just up arrow and it does it again. That is brilliant. Wow, the stuff you learn. Okay, let's deploy everything because I think we are done. We are done with trajectories. Don't need this anymore, so we'll turn off that trajectory there. Because trajectories does use a fair amount. So what I want to do is, I think we'll do this without a node. I want to get up to here and I want to push my periapsis up to the same orbit as the station. Coming through the radiation belts again. How's Valentina doing? She's only at 33% despite all of those radiation belt exposures. Well, we gotta finagle ourselves a rendezvous. That on, or not on target. Wow, I'm surprised it went to that. Okay, put that on prograde. Oh, this needs to be deleted. The KOS script was trying to align the solar panels, and I was trying to align the prograde, and they were fighting each other. Okay, so all I got to do, this periapsis is 118.9, so pretty much just get it up to the same as that. Where are we at? 2 minutes. Let's get closer. I could do this with a maneuver node, but I don't think I need it. All right. What did I say there? 118.9. No, I'm watching this. Hang on, hang on, hang on. We might get... Oh. We are not far off. I think it's too far off, though. Yeah, we're almost got a rendezvous out of it, but not quite. So we're going to come around, but what we're going to do is we just need to just tweak our orbit here a little bit. Which way do we got to go? Oh, on the next one, we're going to be very far apart. Shoot, of course we are. I'm wondering, hang on. I'm changing my mind here. What if I went to here? Because I'm feeling I should be able to make this work. If I use some radial out, is that making it better? Yes, it is. Rather than having to go around a few times. Because what's happening when I burn radially outwards, I got to burn a little bit retrograde too, is I'm actually pushing the trajectory out a little bit so that I go a little slower. I lost my there. I've got a 14.1. Let's see if we can make this work. That's the wrong way. So I'm using radially out and retrograde. See if I can get this. Oh, whoa. Turn this down a bit. Move this way. I'm getting too proficient. I got 200 meter separation there. So we're just adjusting our orbit just a little bit here on our way down. You can see the orange just coming out a little bit so that we slow ourselves down just enough that we are going to meet the station on our way there. I like that. I like that very much. It isn't super cheap. It's a 57 meter per second burn because most of the burn is out of, but I think that's worth it. I think so. Up arrow, align, woo! That is such a time saver. Also increase the deploy here just because make sure that docking port is clear. Okay. All right, where is Kerbin in all this? There you are. Let's get to that maneuver there. And I didn't even look what our relative velocity is going to be with the station. It is 257 meters per second. I figured something like that. So we're going to be coming into the station pretty quick. That's okay. We can handle it. And how many ignitions are left? 40 ignitions still left on that. Ah, the up arrow is something that works on most editors and terminals. Okay. Good to know. I feel like that person who just learned Control Z for the first time. All right. You can see that it's a burning away from the planet type of burn. But I think this is worth it, and we'll get it on this pass. Well, we're right in a radiation belt, too. There we go. Put this on rendezvous so we can watch how close our closest approach is going to be. Oh, you did a nice job burning that. That's 194 meters separation. But we will be trucking it when we get down there, so we're going to have to be careful. So I'm done. No, we'll run that align one more time. Now I do have to type it. Or could I have hit arrow up twice? Oh my gosh, this is a whole new world that's been opened up for me. All right. So we're just getting those solar panels aligned. We're going to be there in only 10 minutes. Because we are going fast. Where's our target? There's our relative target velocity right now. It is going down, but it's at about 880 meters per second. So, yeah. Okay. What is our encounter speed? Is 257 meters per second. So, okay. Last time through the radiation belts, hopefully. And, somewhere out there is a station that we are approaching at a redonkulous speed. Oh, when I time warp, this gets messed up. I don't like that. Okay, I'm going to have to watch it from outside. So here's us. Here's the station. We're about 5 minutes away. About 4 minutes away. It might be time to start thinking about actually shedding some velocity. There's the station there with... Oh, okay, we are coming in quick. Let's knock off some of this velocity. I'm hoping I'm not... This isn't the most powerful of engines, so I'm hoping I didn't just make a mistake getting as close as I am. We're about 3 minutes and 20 seconds away, and I want to start doing some burning here. Just punch it. Boom. And I'm looking at this time. The time is going down. I'm at full throttle, and this time is going down, but it's not going down particularly quickly. And I want to keep... I'm looking also at my closest approach distance. I don't want it... Do I have to push it this way? I don't want it to get to... My separation's now... I don't know if this is giving me reliable data. I have lost my encounter. Okay, my speed is way... Okay. I've knocked off maybe too much speed. Oh, look what I did to my orbit. Ah, you dope. You dope. Okay, let's burn the other way. I was too concerned with stuff. Too concerned with stuff. I'm going to watch it from here. I think this gives me a better idea. Look at my orbits. We're not even intersecting anymore. Maybe what I did wasn't the brightest idea. Okay, here are our closest approach indicators. Of course, now I'm increasing my velocity once again. I should really do this. More this way. Oh, this might be like the least efficient. Okay, closest approach is now going to 10 kilometers. Okay. But I've increased my target velocity back up again. I don't know how smart what I did was. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's put this back on retrograde. My impatience might be getting the better of me. We're about 2 minutes from the station. It's about 30 kilometers away, and we have a relative velocity of about 168 meters per second. Again, I'm going to watch it from here. So I got just a better idea of what's going on. I got to give a lot of thrust because... Okay, not that way, this way. Nope, nope, not that way. I'm pushing up my time. That's a good sign. That's a good sign if my time to intercept is going up. I might have started that braking burn too soon. I just got paranoid. Now I'm just moving it around, seeing what brings this distance down. More than anything. No, that's the mistake. I might watch from here. This is bringing the distance down. I have more decimal places here. It's easier to see what's going on. I'm bringing the distance down, and I'm holding my time too, which is good. That's a good combination. I'll keep burning this way. Okay, let ourselves get a bit closer. Need to push it back. Nope, that's worse. I know there's always an inclination that you just want to push that, the retrograde icon, onto the target icon, but it isn't quite as simple as that. Again, maybe it is getting as simple as that now, because we're pretty close. Well, it's making it worse still. Oh, I got a second one. Okay, this is good. I got a second one. That's a good thing. Okay, 300 meter separation. Oh. I was watching the wrong... This one suddenly got good again, too. Oh, my golly. Now I'm watching the first one. You can use a maneuver node to help you. What fun is that? To be honest, the time was such a critical part of all of these burns. I don't think I had a time to set up a maneuver node. Okay, I think I am going to get this, though. I'm watching this, as long as it doesn't bounce again between the two. Okay, got about an 872 meter separation in about 5 minutes, I think. Just gonna let myself get closer now. I've reduced my relative velocity a lot. I know what I did wasn't efficient. I should have done that extra orbit. That would have been the smarter thing to do. But sometimes we do things that just aren't that smart. We've got the station coming at us from out of the sun. Oh, just came into render distance. I can tell by the little pause that happened just there. I'm watching my... Gotta come this way. Ooh, 30 meter separation. Nice, in about a minute and a half. We got this. Took a bit of work, but we got this. Oh my gosh, I only have 148 meters per second left in this thing. That was like uber inefficient. I'm not gonna do that again. Don't let me do that again. Next time we do the extra orbit and slow ourselves down first. That was silly. We used up a lot of fuel there. Well, of course I did. I like burned in the run. I had to flip around and burn like the other way. Okay, we're about a minute away. We definitely have this now. So confident I'm doing some time warping. Okay, about 30 seconds away. Slow down. .4 meter separation. Of course, we'll have to move more than that just to get to our docking port. Speaking of which, why don't we pick our docking port? I choose you. You're our docking port. Back. Control from here. I need to come a little this way. I think I just want to knock off most of this speed now. All right. Let's see here. We're at about under 1 meter per second. I think we're good. Let's get this set up. Do our docking. I hit control from here, right? Aim our camera there too. I don't like that we're right in the sunshine though. I'll rotate this way. This looks different than the Nerv 1, somebody said. This is the exact same ship I've used in the last stream. I haven't changed anything. All right. There's our docking port coming in there. It's about 75 meters away. Not quite sure if I'm aiming right at it, but we're pretty close. And so now that I've demonstrated to you how not to do this, the absolute smarter thing would have been to go around another orbit. Sort of bring down partway, do another orbit, and then facilitate the rendezvous. Oh, I can see now. I got it. Come this way. And then probably back off a little bit. There we go. Also want to make sure I don't clip these solar panels. That would be bad. How are you doing, Valentina? Valentina's at 33% radiation. I think she is fine. We still got to get all these jokers down to the surface. And I had hoped that by this time I will have built myself a nice little single stage to orbit space plane for that purpose, but I have not unlocked the technology. I don't even know where my science is. No, nowhere near. So that's unfortunate. So we're going to have to do it like the old-fashioned way with these types of this vehicle here. Unfortunately, this vehicle can only hold 2 Kerbals, and I got to get 3 of them down to the surface, so we're going to have to send up a couple of them. All right. But I think we are more or less going in the right direction. Is that slowing me down when I do that? Yeah. There we go. Just bringing, just on the edge of the Navball, I can just see my prograde vector. So I'm just bringing it towards the target icon. We're just going to come right in here. Got this. After a little bit of fun, well, what I should be ready to do, what all that is get ready to. Where is? I cannot find it. I thought I could. Okay, I'm paying too much. Okay. Going too fast here. Sorry, I was looking for my reaction wheels, because I should toggle them off. They're in here somewhere. That's a battery. Okay, I don't really have that much. Okay, we're right on top of it. Come on. Trying to do too many things at the same time. Get myself into trouble, but boom, there we go. That was sweet. Okay, where are those reaction wheels that I want to? That's a battery. Oh boy. I should have had these set before, because this thing's starting to wobble because of here, aim this camera to here. I can't turn off reaction wheels from, oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. No, it doesn't. I don't see reaction wheels on that list. Okay. Where are they? Here? It's a probe core. There we are. Toggle torque. I should have had that selected and pinned before we ever got here. But I did not. All right, so we're at the station, but we haven't, of course, satisfied our contracts at all because we have to get our 3 rescued Kerbals down to the surface. So let's get down to... Let's shut down that engine. Let's get down to the Space Center and get that done. Yeah, adding reaction wheels to an action group would be a very good idea, Zed. That requires foresight, of which I seem to have little. Okay, so we're going to take into here. We're going to try and do this quickly. Would have been great if I had a space plane for this, but I don't have one. That would have been so much fun. But what I do have is the very old but very reliable Terrier 1-A3. And fortunately, it only holds 2 Kerbals. So what we're going to do is we're going to send this up empty. It does have a probe core, so it can fly autonomously. I've flown this a ton of times. As he nervously checks, yeah, so we should be able to just go. Let's launch. Yep. And then we'll send another one right on its heels. Oh, you can add action groups in flight. See, I forget about stuff like that. I mean, not only was it, you were only able to do that, so Zane says that you can add reaction groups in flight, which of course was a feature that was added, what, like 6 months ago? You think I would have been used to that by now. All right. Oh, we don't need these. Radiation belts no more. We can set our station as a target. Okay, let's just do this. Fortunately, we're launching into the night, but I really just want to get this all done. The sun has just set. We might have one of these things where we got a sunset and then we're going to go up and then we might get the sun to rise again. That would be neat. Sometimes that can happen. You get the sun to set and then you get enough altitude that you get to see the sun rise and then set again. We'll see what happens. We'll keep our camera looking towards the west there and see if we can get a double sunset. Okay. Yep. And we are off. You know, I could really easily, because I do have, this has just the 2 crewed, what was that one? The P? And I do have the 3 crewed pomegranate. In fact, the Nerv 1 has 2 of the 3 crewed pomegranates on it. So I could easily modify this to carry 3. But again, I want to get a space plane. And I just don't want to build something that I'll probably not use very much. Yes, the action group editor right here. In fact, now that people are mentioning this, Action group editing. Let's put it on 2. I don't think I have anything on 2. Oh, wait. Let's wait to the... Sorry. Let's not do this now. Let's do that once the fairing's gone and everything, and I'll have better access to reaction wheels and the like. Oh, are we going to get the sun to come up? We're going to get that backwards sunrise. I can tell it's close. Ah, there we go. Sun's coming up in the west. Then we'll get to see it go back down again. It just nerfed our thrust. Down to 1.1 thrust to weight ratio. This vessel actually is overbuilt just for going into low Kerbin orbit. I mean, this is the vessel that I've taken out to Mimis and into orbit about Mimis and into orbit about the moon and can come back. Like, this is a very versatile vessel, and all I'm using it for is to maybe we'll take some of the fuel out so that we're not wasting so much of it. Alright, locking on to that prograde vector. Getting ourselves to the stage. At least we got a, I don't know, I hope people can see the ship all right in the dark, but I do like the sunrise / sunset that we're getting. The sun's now back on its way down. Whoa, what happened there? Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know what happened there. What on earth happened there? Okay, we just need to get back on prograde. We can save this. The program has ended. I am in control. Let's go. Oh, we're upside down. We gotta go this way. It's our timed apoapsis. We're okay. We're okay. Lock that on prograde. We got it. I don't know what happened there. Something wacky happened. Can actually reduce thrust here. We're okay. That's a good thing. We didn't lose our escape tower for some reason. I don't have an explanation. Oh, that's the smart part. Just getting rid of that stage. That's okay. Just alarmed me. But I'm noticing we still have our escape tower. I don't know really what happened there. More thrust. But we are okay. We're going to get there just fine. Yeah, so the escape tower, the engine fired, the SRB fired, but it did not detach. And I think because the SRB is asymmetric, the thrust on that, because it's done on purpose so that this will fly off to the side, I think that's what knocked it off its path, and then the program aborted. But I have no idea why that all happened. Why did you not detach? That was weird. We'll have to check the next one. Okay, we are, though, going to be fine. Just waiting to get to there. We just crossed 80 kilometers. In fact, we are in space. Okay, let's undock. Is that off of us now? Yeah, it is. So that didn't happen. Of course, now it's right in our way, isn't it? Okay, let's see. Run circ at apoapsis for that maneuver node. And we can disarm all of these, shut down those ant engines. They were there just to give a little bit of extra thrust, but now that we are almost in orbit, we don't need that thrust anymore. That on its own, get you guys out of the way. I'm not going to let the script take care of this because I don't want to end up driving right into... I don't want to end up driving right into my own thing. I should have thought a little bit as to which direction I was pointing when I... let that go. So I'm going to do this just by hand. Kind of just sneak our way past here. Okay, right on the maneuver. Oh wait, let's put SAS on. There's a thought. Probably lock this to prograde too. Okay, just gonna very light thrust here and just gonna probably tap it. Yep, there we go. Okay, now we can go the rest of the way. Alrighty. Well, it was an adventure. Not sure what that was all about, but we're good now. Okay. Don't need that. That's good enough. That's good enough. We're 80 by 80 orbit. And we'll have to investigate. Hit 0 and deploy some antennas. Other than that, there's nothing else that needs to be done. Let's get ourselves to the station. Hopefully, our new Kerbals will not mind getting into this thing. That hasn't made them too nervous. Because that was a little weird. All right, let's dial this in. Whoa, we're very close here. 0.4 separation, that should really be good enough. A little more prograde. Okay. All right, let's get to that. Let's get ourselves there. We can put this on. Oh, I'm time warped. Sun's back. Lock that onto prograde. And actually take a lot of the thrust off of this. Very short burn. Again, sort of dumbbell type shape to this craft, just like with, I like the dumbbell. I like the two sort of something circular and then connected by some sort of throat that's got all the gizmos and greebles and everything on it. I think that's a good look. And engines on and off on an action group. You guys are just action group heavy. Okay, just about ready to start the burn. I'm going to start at 6 seconds early, but only go to half throttle. Oh, I overdid it just a bit. Why is RCS not going on? There it goes. Weird. Overcooked it just a smidge. So we'll back off a bit with RCS. There we go. Don't need this no more. And we'll be there in 17 minutes. Oh, I've just noticed something else about this ship. It only has a 0.625 meter docking port, and I am not convinced that I have somewhere for it to dock on the station. It might not have a place to go. I might have to EVA out to this. That's okay. Well, that means it's going to waste all the fuel that it has. Oh, well, whatever. There's our station. Yeah, I don't think I have a free 0.625 meter docking port. In fact, I am pretty confident that I do not. All right, we'll start pushing this over. One thing I always notice is the retrograde icon should be a little bit off from this target icon, but it always drops towards the horizon, so you want it to be above it, for lack of a better word, or north of it. A little this way. That's working. Oh, and then we talked about action groups, didn't we? We've been talking about action groups. Let's open up the action group window. Edit action groups. Oh, this guy can't dock anyway, so why am I worried about it? I was going to put the reaction wheels on an action group, but... Okay, suddenly I can't... Suddenly I cannot move my camera. There we go. That was weird. How far are we? We're still about a minute away. Get a little closer. We'll find out if I have a free docking port, but I have my doubts. I already have one of these actually docked to it, and I think it's taken up the only available 0.625 meter docking port. Little time warp, get closer. I notice every time I time warp that this gets messed up here, and I've never seen that before. See, if I stop time warping, it says I got 53 seconds to and a 20 meter separation, but then if I hit time warp, it goes to something else. I find that really annoying, and I've never noticed that before. Okay, let's get ourselves to a pretty much a relative stop, because I think I'm just going to have to park outside the station. And we're going to have to EVA across. I am almost sure. Okay. Okay, let's stop. Okay, we'll just use RCS to just finish this off. Okay, let's go look at the station, but I'm pretty sure, I mean, I could undock this and then dock that and play some sort of musical. I don't think that's... Oh, wait, look! Oh my gosh, there is a free one! I thought for sure there was no free docking port. All right, okay, that makes me feel so much better. Let's get over there. Good. Okay, so we need to be that way, and we'll just use RCS. And I can tell I need to be planetward of the docking port in order to get around it, so I just need to put the prograde part of the vector more into the brown part of the Navball than the docking port target is, and that should really do it. And now if I come around here, I can put it onto the little red icon wherever it was. There we are. That should have me going in the right direction. Okay, now we can edit things. So where is that reaction wheel? Is that it? Nope, that's a battery. That's the oh, it must be underneath all of these solar panels in the most awkward spot I could think of. No, maybe this is it. There's the reaction wheels. Don't need that, but I want that. And now I can edit this. Which one? This one. Edit action groups. Go to 2. Click on you. and say toggle reaction wheels. Yep. There we go. And now if I hit 2. Okay, where's our station? There we go. Gotta make sure I don't scratch the paint as we go by here. I'm a little nervous about it, to be honest. Nope, gotta come this way and down this way. That should be better. Aim the camera. Now we can start pushing that way. Oh, that's probably a little bit too far. And I'm starting to see the prograde or the target icon coming up here on the other side, so that's probably a good indication to start doing more of this. A little more of this. Oh boy. You can see, no, the other way. That way. There it is. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, we are there. And now, oh wait, 2 though might do other stuff. Oh, now I'm paranoid. What if 2 is, when all that effort to... all that effort to put that on an action group, and then I'm going to do this anyway. Okay. All right. We should have people up in here. So we're going to transfer over Pete. And we're going to transfer over Joe. And let's see. I'm thinking of losing some of this fuel. Let's open up. Should have TAC fuel balancer here somewhere. There it is. And I'm looking at liquid fuel and oxidizer. Too many tanks. This is, what is this one called? This one is the FLA-15. Is it that one? Highlight. Nope, that's the one on the other side. There is another FL. Let's be up towards the top. This is TAC fuel balancer. Yeah. So I just want to dump, transfer all the fuel out of this one out. Well, that's the oxidizer. Oh, but then they're going into these ones as well, aren't they? Oh my gosh. I didn't do that very smartly. Okay. There's that one. The FL200. Is that this one? Yep. And the FL... Let's have that one. Oh, I'm making this way more complicated. That must be this one. Yeah. So this is transfer in. This one's lock. Okay, let's out this one too. Oh, that didn't lock it. Did I hit the wrong one? Might have. 2-minute fuel tanks. This one. There it is. Shoot. Okay. Let's lock these. I don't want any more out of that one. Now let's see if we can... I am losing track of my tanks. This one. Let's see if we can transfer some of this out. That's pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to lock that tank. And now we're going to go over to liquid fuel. I'm not sure if I'm saving myself any time or not. Is that one? I'm losing track of tanks. Yeah, all these are interfering. Liquid fuel, there we go. So this one I want to lock, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And I want to transfer... I can't tell if I'm hitting the right tanks or not. It's a 220. This one. Ah, that one. And it has to be this one. Yeah, it is. Okay. I want those to empty. There we go. That was way more work than it should have been. Okay, unhighlight everything. And forget it. I also could do the same thing with monopropellant. I'm just worried oh, RCS it's called. These guys are Oscar. Oh, no, those are fuel tanks. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm not worrying about it. There's got to be a better way to manage fuel. It's got to have this. Even that doesn't help a lot. Of course, if I was more organized at the beginning, it'd probably be better. Let's just get out of here. It would be so great if the fuel, and it just might be the way the parts are organized in it might just be a function of how the parts are organized in the game, but it would be so great if all those tanks were organized by ship rather than by tank name, so that you could just say yeah, I did the right one. All of a sudden I was worried I undocked the wrong ship. I might have. Is that possible? I can't tell. Whatever, Pete and Joe are aboard. I can't tell if I unlocked the... I might have just undocked the first one, because I'm noticing that I don't have the same probe core. I think this is the older ship. The one that Valentina and Bill flew up on, but they got the other one anyway. Doesn't matter. Okay, we are going to turn on tack fuel balancer, or sorry, trajectories. Our descent's going to again be retrograde, and we are going to show our trajectory. And where is our... There. Oh, let's do it. Let's do it right from here. Yeah, I definitely switched ships. I can tell I switched ships because the reaction wheels are working on this one. That's funny. Alright, we want to land back at the KSC, and the KSC... Oh, wait, let's time warp a little bit. Now I see it's over here. I was looking at this one. That's the desert airfield. Time warp to around here. And as long as we don't end up driving into the station. Where's the station? Station's nowhere near us. Okay. I just realized what I did with all of that fuel moving around, that I actually... Here it comes. I actually transferred fuel into this vessel from the other vessel. Oh, no, I didn't. I think I did the right one. I don't know what I did. I don't know if this is the one I was transferring fuel out of now that I'm looking at it. I can tell because these tanks here should be... Oh, I did. But I didn't do a very good job. I can tell because there's oxygen... Oh, whatever. 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 I don't care. I don't care. Okay, let's take that off. Get rid of trajectories. We're going to get Pete and Joe back down to the surface. That is what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to stage. Let's try again. There we go. That was violent. The parachutes are now armed. And this has no... Turn that off. This has no reaction wheels in it. So it's just going to... Oh, well, it's not going to tumble because I just started time warping. But it should orient itself in a retrograde direction. And we should be able to watch that thing. Hopefully that thing will give us some fireworks. The service module bit. And we'll get these folks back down, and that will finish off some of these contracts. We still got to get Pete back down. Or not Pete. Pete's right here. We got to get Philippe back down. But I'm honestly thinking, looking at the time, that I think I'm going to conclude it on this one. We'll start our next one, launching another one of these, and we'll get Philippe back down. Maybe we'll rotate Valentina and Bill, too. They've been up there for a long time. I don't know. Maybe I should just build myself a whole new vessel just for getting up to the station. Where are we? Here we go. Coming over, I don't know if you can see that on your screens, but I can just see the lights of the KSC just below us and a waypoint for the... Warrior King Memorial flag. See, that's what you need to be a Kerbal. To be memorialized, you just need to do something foolish and die. And you get space stations named after you. You get flags placed for you. Okie dokie. Well, thank you, Field Marshal, saying that my videos have been helpful. I'm glad that they are. There are lots and lots of tutorial videos out there, but some of them I know are pretty old. And, you know, when you look at the game, I mean, this is the 10th year of Kerbal Space Program, and I've almost been playing it as long as that. And it is remarkable. Not just the difference in 10 years, just in the last few years, how much the game has changed. How many things have been added. But we are at the pinnacle of it now. With 1.12, we got no more updates coming, other than probably the odd patches if they find to fix bugs, but no more features to be added. And then we're just a long wait for whenever KSP 2 comes out. A little bit quicker on the time warp. All right. Almost down there to the surface. And then we'll recover, and that will be a couple of contracts. And recover. And with that, I think I'm going to be thanking everybody. Thank you very much, all those in the chat. Thank you very much, all the people that are watching this at a later date. Have yourself a fabulous weekend, and we'll see you all again on Monday, and I'll hopefully get those other Kerbals down to the surface and then get thinking about building myself something to wrangle up some asteroids. I really do think I need to get that going. But in the meantime, thank you. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you all later. Bye, everybody.